Sounds good. All right, go.
Well, as always, guys, appreciate your guys' time on a Monday, which really for us in college football world, playing on a Friday, it's really like a Tuesday, but always a blessing to see you guys, and I appreciate you guys' time covering our program. And thank you, Jesus, just for an opportunity to be here, man, be a part of these kids. And I talked to our staff yesterday about just being present, being where our feet are. Yes, because week 8 of the season, it's a grind for players, coaches, and you can get sometimes caught up in just the methodical part of things. Yes, we're a process-focused team, but we got to have our best week. And I think so much of it's being where your feet are, just so thankful to be a part of an amazing community, amazing football team around amazing kids. I think we've got the best staff in America. Just so thankful to be a part. We got a lot of things that I'm excited for us to grow. And we are by no means a finished product. We got a lot of work to do this week, even in a short week, but just so blessed to be here. God is good, and we got to keep growing, and that's what I'm excited to do. So before getting into talking about the UNLV game, and heartbroken for Doug Martin's family. Obviously, everyone's kind of seen the news on the passing of Doug Martin, and we actually talked with Coach Peterson for a while yesterday on our weekly Sunday get together, and just hearing more about Doug when he was here, just the type of person he was, the type of teammate he was. I didn't know that he even played a little defense as a freshman because of just how talented a football player he was from Stockton, California, St. Mary's High School, and obviously went on to be an elite college football player, first-round draft pick. And I've met him a couple times and was an unbelievable young man. And, I mean, he's 36 years old. I'm 36. And life comes at you, and it's heartbroken for him and his family. Obviously, our team is mourning that loss because he's a part of this brotherhood, and we're hurting for him and his family. And so we're going to honor him this game, and we're working through how to do that the right way because he absolutely deserves that. His family deserves that, and he's a part of this family forever. And like I said, our hearts are broken for his family. So with that being said, the UNLV game. We talked obviously a little bit post-game. A lot of things that we need to clean up from that game. We did make a good amount of mistakes in the game. We still had some penalties, turnovers, things that can't have happened. But what I am so proud of our team is they never flinched. They stayed in the fight. They had a really good second half. And we made some plays. We need to make some plays. And I'm proud of the effort and mentality our team played with. That's something we've been trying to build all season long. In all 3 phases, our guys didn't flinch. They kept swinging, and we played with effort mentality, and I'm proud of how our guys finished. Now we obviously got a huge challenge this Friday night. In all 3 phases, though, defensively, had to deal with a very, very mobile quarterback on Saturday afternoon. We did not keep him in the pocket as well as we needed to. Tackling was not great, especially on the perimeter at times, so we got to work and improve that. But our guys fought, they battled, they had to deal with a lot of different stuff, a lot of different formations, and our guys did a good job and found a way to really get off the field on third down, which is a huge part to being good on defense. Huge pick 6 by Amarian, and I'm proud of Amarian, especially after the personal foul, which can't happen. We obviously disciplined that in game, and we ran for it today at practice, but I'm proud of him responding and playing really good in the second half. As always, Ty Benefield plays relentless. Braxton Feely's very, very hard to block. Jaden Virgin Morgan, Marco Notarini. I thought Jeremiah Irby had one of his better games too. When Derek Ganter got in there, when Zion got banged up, he did some good things. So we're growing. On the flip side, offensively started a little bit slow. Our run game was on point. Still things to fix, but on point early on and was continue. Pass game was not exactly where it needed to be early on, but we were able to get it going. Maddox was very, once he got going, he was really, really consistent, made some really good throws, great decisions, some big-time scrambles to get first downs and move the pocket. I thought our running backs had a really, really good game. Obviously, Dylan Riley, huge yards, but I mean, Sire Gaines had 2 touchdowns. Malik Sherrod had a touchdown. Matt Lauder had some big-time plays. Matt Wagner had some plays, even the fake punt to him. And our receivers continue to find a way, man. Latrell Caples touchdown, Chris Marshall touchdown, had some big catches. And Cam Bates, I mean, talk about a football guy. He's on kickoff. He's on punt return. He's getting fly sweeps for touchdowns. Awesome to see those guys compete. And then on the flip side, special teams-wise, obviously we had the muff punt. That was a huge play in the game. I mean, we go from getting the ball back to them getting the ball on whatever it was, the 13-yard line. But we have the utmost respect and trust in Malik Sherrod. And I'm proud of how he was able to respond from a mistake and play really good, have an explosive return on kickoff, was able to then come and get a touchdown in the pass game as well. Obviously, we can't make those mistakes, though. Proud that we were able to get one of our fakes executed. We work a lot of those all week long to find the right situation, and we want to be on the attack. Our coverage units were much better this week, and some we're going to need to make sure is on point this week. So Injury-wise, still working through Ben Ford's injury. We're going to get more imaging today to see exactly where he's at. Obviously, he's a huge part of this football team, not just in what he does catching the football, but he's a phenomenal young man that we're working through to see what that looks like for this week and going forward. So I'll know more by the end of the week. And thank the world of Ben Ford. I know he's in a good spirits and he's battling. So we'll know more this week. Zion's going to be day to day. He's getting better. He was banged up in the game, but it's going to be day to day. It's going to be close for him to be able to play in this game. We're hopeful, but we'll see kind of where he's at the end of the week. Obviously, huge test on Friday, short week, on the road. Thank the world of Coach Choate. I mean, he's a phenomenal football coach. And you know that he's going to always have his team ready to play. And, I mean, 4 of their losses were one-score games that they're battling in. So they just as easily could be 5-2, just like us. I mean, they're battling. You see that. I mean, they've gone to at Penn State, on the road against Western Kentucky. I mean, they've been all over, battled, and you can see them getting better week in and week out. And we know on Friday night it's going to be a huge, huge matchup, and Coach Choate's going to get his team ready to play. Offensively, when they switched to Jones as a quarterback, I was watching tape on him, and honestly, I didn't know he was a freshman. And that fight as a freshman, and how he operates this offense, the ball comes out extremely quick. He's very mobile. He can escape any type of rush lane. He's out of there. If you're off, he can make all the throws. They got really good receivers to throw to. Their O-line do a good job. They don't give up a lot of sacks. That's hats off to them. And they put you in a lot of conflict in regards to formations. They got a really good running back in number 20. He's stout, tough to get down. Obviously, we got to continue to focus on our pad level and making tackles this week defensively because they're very efficient on offense. And they do a good job holding the ball and getting a lot of time of possession. Really good job. The quarterback makes good decisions. I don't care as a freshman or not. He makes great decisions, and he's a really good football player now, not even in the future. I mean, I'm very impressed with Jones and how he's been able to operate this offense. So defensively, obviously think the world of Kane Ione. He was our safeties coach for a bunch of years. We worked together. Phenomenal human and a phenomenal football coach. And we see how they play defense. I mean, I watched our game from last season, and it's a one-score game late in the fourth. And both teams have made mistakes, but it's an absolute dogfight. And they played really well against us defensively and offensively last year, and we know we're going to see no different, even better from Nevada. So thank the world of Kane Ione. They got a really good front. I like both their edge players, 32-1. They got DBs that can run, cover. They're going to be sound. They're not going to make stupid mistakes. They're well coached. They got a good group of guys working together, and they're going to pick their spots when the pressure too. So, like I said, think the world of Kane. I know he's going to get his guys ready to play, and we got to be ready to go against a really good defense. Special teams wise, obviously that's they do a lot on special teams. Coach Choates was the special teams coordinator here, and they put a premium on that side of the ball. Obviously all 3 phases, but especially special teams, fakes. They're going to play extremely hard on special teams, and we've got to match that and find a way to make sure we win the hidden yardage game in regards to special teams because they do a really good job with it. So we got to be ready for all the fakes. We got to be ready for them to be on the attack on special teams, and we got to do a good job just continue to grow in our special teams unit. So a lot of respect for Coach Choate, their staff, playing on the road in Nevada. I know it's their homecoming game. It's going to be a good atmosphere, short week. We got our hands full, and we got to put our head down and make sure we get to work. That being said, guys, open up for questions.
You said you guys might plan something, do something for Doug Martin this coming game.
Yeah.
Any ideas? Have you guys got anything solid or what's
Yeah, still working through it. Obviously, working through even a decal on our helmet. Me and Dale working through that today, and obviously we put some stuff out social media. So just trying to find the right way. I was talked to our team today about Doug, and obviously all of our players know of him, and heartbroken for his family and gone too soon.
I know we've asked you about this last time playing all these teams. You said it's the same thing. 1-0, it's going to be the same. But with Nevada, I mean, there is a history there in all the games and how close they were, and it just seems like that is who a lot of people would point to as Boise State's kind of longtime rival. Is there anything in just the games that in Reno have been at times crazy? I mean, is there anything different to this one on Friday night? Or?
Yeah, BJ. I mean, I think every game's its own game, right? But we do talk history in regards to play, but we don't talk a lot about this the last time we're going to play teams or the last just because of conference realignment and whatnot. It's just all a premium on week number 8, the most important game of our season is Nevada. And then we do talk history. Like I said, I talked about the game last season, and that was an absolute battle at home on the Blue, ranked number 12 in the country, and it could have gone either way. And no different playing there. I mean, we've had dog fights at their stadium in Reno, in my time, way before me, obviously the 2010 and all these. So we know it's going to be a big time matchup. I mean, we got to get ready for it. And I know Coach Choate and their team's going to be ready. So we're going to put a premium just on teaching a little bit of the history, but put a premium on how big this game is and how to play your best and play confidence about how you prep. But not going to speak to this is potentially the last season we're going to play them because we're moving conferences. But we're going to talk about the history and what this game is and the games that have happened in the past. Absolutely.
When you came in as a young coach, how quickly did they make it apparent, how important this rivalry was?
Yeah, I mean, at Boise State, every team you play, you're going to get their best. And Nevada's no. I mean, I will never forget 2021 on the blue when Nevada came and absolutely beat the dog out of us on the blue. I don't know, 40-something to 14. I mean, it was hard. And then, we played there, and it came down to last-second Hail Mary when we beat them, I think, in 2018. So, I mean, it's been that type of games always. It's always been close, always been one-score games. Or when they blew us out on the blue in 21, it wasn't. But, I mean, we got a ton of respect for Nevada, a ton of respect for Coach Choate, how they handle their business, very, a high-class organization. And so we got our hands full. I mean, and I made sure our team understands that, and we got to go handle it with our prep. Week 8 of the season. The ball is going to get put down at 7 o'clock, and we got to be ready.
How dangerous is a team when, the season necessarily isn't going the way they expected, but, they can play with almost nothing to lose mentality? Yeah,
I mean, regardless of record, every week's a new week, right? And like I said, 4 of the games they lost were one-score games that could have gone either way. And they've had to travel everywhere. They've been on the road a bunch, played a rough schedule. I mean, it could go either way. I mean, you could look at some of the games that we've played in, no different. Some of the games we found a way to win could have gone other way. So at the end of the day, this is a really good football team. They got really good personnel. I think the world of their coaches. We're playing on the road, short week. I mean, all these things are things we got to be ready for. And like I said, it's going to be all about our prep, and we're going to focus on our process. But, I mean, this is one of those games that we got to get our mind right because it's going to be an absolute dogfight for 4 quarters.
Spencer, time and time again, you emphasize being explosive on offense and winning the turnover margin. And you look at what Dylan Riley's done this year. He's got more 20-yard carries than any other college player in America right now.
I didn't know that.
How much does he fit that mold? And I mean, week after week, how much does he just continue to show up?
Yeah, Jay. I mean, the 2 biggest stats to winning football games are the turnover battle and the explosive play battle. And when you have weapons like Dylan Riley, Sire Gaines, Malik Sherrod, Latrell, I mean, I can go down the list. I mean, we got to find ways to make sure we get them the ball, and we got to do a good job creating explosive plays. But a lot of it's who has the ball in their hand, too. And with Dylan Riley, if there's air, any type of space, and he hits it, he puts his foot in the ground, he is hard to get down. That he eats up turf quick. And so I'm proud of Dylan. He's a great teammate. And what I love about Dylan Riley, and there's a lot of players like this on our team, where he's going to rush for 200 yards, but the very next play, and we showed today, he's running down on kickoff making the tackle too. That's a team guy. That's a football guy. Those are the guys that I want to just love on because those are not me guys, those are football guys. Cam Bates, right? I mean, I can go down the list. Latrell Capel, like these guys that will see what they do on offense. Matt Lauder starting on punt. Like, I can go through the list of things that these guys do for the team, and Dylan Riley's one of those guys I'm very, very proud of, and he's been very, very explosive. Needs to continue to grow, continue to stack those games, but I'm proud of what he's doing so far.
Well, you're talking about those guys. I think the only area that like a guy like Matt Wagner shows up on the stat sheet is that he participated in the game.
Yeah.
You just look at what he does in the run game too. What do you think about him?
Yeah, I mean, our tight ends are asked to do a lot. Obviously, our offensive coordinator coaches that position. We put a lot on our tight ends, and we're one of the few, I shouldn't say few, but there's not a lot of tight ends in the country that are asked to do as much as our tight ends are asked. Block and 8 technique, kick out on rims, gap schemes, and then flex out and beat a safety in the pass game. Like, we put a lot on them, and they answer the charge. And Matt Wagner, I mean, we've similar to a bunch of players of our team, week 8, we're finding braces to put on him to make sure he can practice. Banged up, beat up, he's going to make the tough block, find a way to make the tough catch, make the big-time catch on a fake punt. Team guy, starting on multiple special teams. He's a team guy.
You're outscoring opponents in the first quarter 79-16 this year. Why do you think that's been that way?
Yeah, I mean, starting fast is a premium for us. Obviously, it's a premium for everybody, Johnny. We've done a good job starting fast. Now, we've sputtered at times. The second quarter we're not great, and we obviously haven't won the middle eight a lot. That's something that we're really focused on. But starting fast is huge for momentum, right? When your execution's high and momentum starts to carry you. You see that in this game. We're up 14-3. Everybody's fired up. But then interception, muff punt, and all of a sudden you look up, it's 14-10, and it's like, whoa, that's football. Things happen. We got to do a much better job responding. I'm proud of how we did it in this past game, but we got to make sure we do a better job. And you look in the 2 losses we had, we were up. We're up 7-6 against Notre Dame. I think we're up 7-0 against South Florida, 7-3. I can't remember right now, but we just got to do a better job continuing that throughout 4 quarters. But proud of how our guys have started. I mean, even last year against Nevada, we're up 14-0. And then to go into half, it's 14-14. So we got to start fast, but we got to stay on and be able to respond when adversity hits.
It comes to like Ty Benefield. I know you've said a lot of good things about him this year, but you look at the way that he plays. And I mean, there was a play last week that got extended out to the perimeter, and it looked like a guy had a lead blocker, and he just blew up the lead blocker into the ball carrier. And his tackle for loss, he's 20 yards off the ball at the snap, and he makes the tackle for loss in the quarterback. Is there any perspective you can give us on how well he's playing right now, how fast he's playing right now?
Jay, I could be here all day talking about Ty Benefield. Met with multiple scouts, and they give me they've told me he's one of the best practice players they've seen. And so when people see what he does on Saturday, it shouldn't shock anybody because he does it all the time in practice. And that's what I'm so proud of the young man. Obviously, he has a phenomenal skill set, loves football, loves his team, starter on multiple special teams. But he practices the exact same way he plays when the nation's watching. That's an uncommon characteristic. And even things that people might not see, I mean, just watch how he plays the game. And it is relentless. It ain't perfect, but he plays relentless. And he's an eraser back there. Things aren't right, it's going to get fixed quick just because of how hard Ty Benefield plays. I mean, we do a lot with him. We put a ton on him because he's that type of football player. He can do a lot, and he's that smart. And I mean, he's one of the best football players we've had here in my entire time.
How impressive was Cam Bates? Ready for the moment, obviously, when the moment was there, but he made a number of explosive plays for you guys.
Cam Bates, man, and I tell him he's a football guy. He's a football guy. He plays receiver. He's on field goal block. He's on punt return. He's running down on kickoff. He's getting fly sweeps. I mean, he's a football guy. And Cam Bates has games where he doesn't get the ball and have yet to see him have a bad attitude, have yet to see him be frustrated. And he probably is. I mean, you want touches. That's not bad to want to score touchdowns and make plays, but he's so focused on the team, so focused on getting better. I think the absolute world of Cam Bates. He's a football guy, and I love him dearly, and he's going to continue to have a huge role in this team.
He got a chance to play as a freshman last year, didn't redshirt. How do you think it helped him, and where do you think, looking at last year versus this year, where is he better?
Yeah, the more you can play, I mean, our goal is to try and play as many freshmen as we can, because getting in a game on special teams, on O or D, traveling, going through all the just going through those rhythms sets you up then to go through an off season. When you come into your sophomore year, it's time for you now to take a huge step in being a monster contributor for your team. And you see that with Cam Bates. Had a few touchdowns last year, made some plays, played a little bit on SWAT, special teams. But man, you can just see his game, even this season, week to week, growing. And the guys that focus on growth, the guys that focus on the team, it's so funny how it always works. They end up getting a lot of individual success. And now we're all sitting here talking about Cam Bates because of the touchdowns and plays he made. But he's been doing it in practice. He's been relentless in the training room to make sure he can stay out there. And he's a football guy, man. He's a team is greater than me guy. And that's what I want to continue to grow in this program.
I know you lose some stuff on the front end, but when you play at 1:30, they just announced Fresno games 1:32. How much difference is it for you as the coaches being done at 5:30 as opposed to like 1 in the morning for some of those leagues?
Way different, BJ, and I love it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's special playing at any time on the blue. I don't care if it's at 8 p.m., 10 a.m., or 1:30. There's nothing better, in my opinion, than playing on the blue. But 1:30 kick it's nice. I mean, I go through all the media. We had some recruits in town going through a lot of that, and I'm still home at whatever it was, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and was able to hang out with my dad and wife for a little. So, I mean, it's just, especially in the college football season where every minute of a coach, I mean, I can tell you what I'm doing every minute of the day because everything is processed and focused. Having an early game gives you a little bit of time to hang out with your fam at night, which is nice.
Defensive pressure is obviously so important, and Braxton's been a big piece of that.
Yeah, huge piece.
What has been allowing him to continue to grow and be successful game after game?
Yeah, he's got a really good skill set, very explosive, very strong, but very similar when we're talking about the Dillons, the Cam Bates, Ty Benefields. Braxton Feely practices that way all the time. I mean, got every brace we can find to make sure he could practice on a Tuesday. Once again, we call Tuesday Bloody Tuesday for a reason. We got to go out there and work. And Braxton Feely was out there today working, beat up, banged up, week 8, taking a ton of reps. He finds a way. He's tough. He's a football guy. He loves his team. I think the world of Braxton.
Yeah, the offensive line was, getting beat on a little bit by fans, media, whatever, last week for all the negative plays against New Mexico and stuff and the penalties and stuff. But against UNLV, maybe he had 1 or 2 penalties, but it didn't seem like the offensive line had a lot of penalties. And obviously, some of the holes they were creating. I mean, what'd you think of the O-line against UNLV?
I thought it was one of our best games of our season against UNLV, BJ. No pre-snap penalties by our O-line in the game. I don't know if we had any penalties. Maybe a holding, but I can't think of one. They were on point. Still a lot to clean up, but I thought it was Mason Randolph's best game. I thought it was Rogers' best game. I thought it was Big Lou. I mean, it really was. And is there still stuff to clean up? Absolutely. Absolutely. We had a sack. There's still some things to clean up, but I'm just proud of them growing. And that's always, yes, we look at things that happen from penalties to TFLs that you don't want to have happen. It's our job as coaches to be problem solvers. And I'm proud of Coach Keene, Coach Potter, what we're able to do in practice to build the confidence of our guys to go play really well in the game. Now we got to stay on it. That's a great group. The mentality of your team is your O-line. And we put a premium on that. I mean, we're going to go how our O-line goes, and I'm proud of them getting better week in and week out. I'm really proud of they play against UNLV. Obviously, we know we got to take a big step this week against Nevada.
Oscar now has completed passes in back-to-back weeks. We talked to Troy last week. He said, an Aussie Rules football background, he didn't think he had much of a passing background. When did you realize he could pass, and having had the 2 completions, does that give you more confidence in going for fake punts going forward?
Oh, there's no question. No, I mean, what he's done the past couple weeks, we've got a couple other things up our sleeve with him. He's just a great kid, man. I mean, it was awesome. His mom and dad are in town from Australia. They were able to watch the past 2 games. And so I was able to meet them yesterday, actually, and get some time in my office. But he's a phenomenal kid, man. I mean, and he's done a great job, obviously, punting the football and making sure we win the hidden yardage. But those are 2 big-time plays, and we got to continue to use those. We want to be on the attack, and we're going to continue to find ways to use his arm because he's been really good.
We haven't talked a lot about his punting this year, but just like you said, he's getting the hidden yardage for you guys to come in and kind of not quite a last-minute situation, but a late situation and really produce for you guys. What's that meant for you?
It's been huge. I mean, our punt team has done a really, really good job, man. I mean, not only our coverage, but our punt team, Oscar being able to flip the field and either sky punt, which sky punt is trying to pin them in. We've done a good job. That's something we didn't do a great job last year. We've done a much better job of that. And we've been able to execute a fake. We've got some other ones we got to make sure we get going. And it's just something for us with our punt unit is, hey, stuff didn't go the way we wanted to. Obviously, our offense got removed from the field, but let's flip the field to make sure we give our defense a really good situation. And Oscar and our punt team have done that.
Schmidt, what's the latest with him? Because a medical rig should be on the table. I guess where's he standing right now?
No, I mean he's battling. Right? It's going to be week to week. I was actually talking this morning. He's fighting his tail off to continue to rehab to make sure he could go out there and execute and be who we want him to be. So no, we're going to get Hall Schmidt back here really soon.
Issue, I guess, what's he been battling with?
He just, he had the knee injury last season that we got fixed, and then from that comes some other things you got to work through. So he just continued to get stronger, continue to rehab his leg, and Hall's a great kid, man. He loves this team, and it's painful when you can't go out there and help the team the way you want to, but he's doing a great job with his mentally staying locked in. He's doing a phenomenal job in the training room. So. No, we're gonna get Hall back this season, and hopefully sooner than later.
You guys have done such a nice job of dividing the carries between Sire and Dillon, and obviously Sire's still getting, I think, 5 yards per carry. But do you have to think about, or moving forward, getting more carries for Dillon?
Yeah, I mean every week Mike, we're going to look to see, and we're going to personnel our runs to see who does what best. And there's going to be some carryover because all three can do it. And then we're going to always play the hot hand. I mean, you see that even in the game. I mean, Dylan Riley was hitting some explosive plays, so he got more carries because of that. We're going to have some design plays for all three, and then we're going to carry the hot hand. But it's a good problem to have. And I think Coach Jamo's done a really good job because, and I agree, I mean, Dylan Riley, 200 whatever yards, but Sire Gaines has 2 touchdowns and got some nitty-gritty yards in that game that we needed. Malik Sherrod had the touchdown in the backfield. So I'm proud of all three of them, and we need all three of them to continue to be really explosive.
You was asking about the offensive line. I feel like there's a moment in that game where it was almost like the most animated I've seen him like in game for a while. On size, screen pass, Roger looked like he was going to do anything he had to do, run out the stadium to try to hit somebody on it. And then Mason came down and gave a flying chest bump, which is a scary thought.
No question.
But, I don't know, when you see those guys playing with that type of joy, like I guess what kind of goes through your mind? What does that mean for the team?
Yeah, guys, love is a core value of this program, and that is action and sacrifice. And when you see what that offensive line does, no stat sheet for them. There's not, but there actually is, because the stat sheet is winning and losing football games. The stat sheet is the yard, like all that stuff's because of our O-line. Dylan's yards, size touchdowns, Maddox Madsen, our offensive line are why that goes. And when you see, and I know the exact clip you're talking about, Jay, when we hit the screen to Cy and he hits it, Cage, Raj, Mace, I mean, they cannot wait to find Cy in the end zone. And you can see Cy, he can't wait to celebrate with them either. That's team. That's team. We can never lose that. That's the team, and I love it. I was in the training room yesterday, and Mace was showing me a picture of him actually jumping higher than Sire Gaines when they chest bumped. I said, that's because you're an elite athlete, Mace. Big time.
Anybody else? Right, thanks, Coach.
Cool, thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you, Coach.